Hi everyone, it's 1st of August. I've come down the plot to harvest my garlic because as you can see it's covered in rust and some of it's gone over, so it's ready to take. So I need to get it out so I can store it because this is Solent White, the variety. So it's been good. I've still got a few bulbs from last year that are actually still firm enough to use, to be honest. So I'm quite pleased with last year. So fingers crossed I'll get a decent crop this year. I'm going to be pulling some onions as well. So starts to get down, and it's another fairly decent night. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's not raining. That's the main thing. It has been raining, because everything's just been so dry. So I don't know how things have, really managed to carry on. I mean, I've taken all my collies, they're all gone now. I've taken some onions, but like I said, the rest of my onions to go. So I come down the other night and part of my fence was broken, so I had to try and patch that up because the landowners had cattle on again. It's just torn a couple of holes in my fence. And basically it pushed against the wooden batten and snapped it, so I've had to try and sort that out. So, and just as I say that, it started spitting with rain. Fancy that, eh? So we'll get this garlic out before it hurls it down. There's a big dirty cloud over my head, so yeah, it's starting to rain a bit heavier. Typical, isn't it? So I'm going to use a fork to try and loosen the roots up a little bit, because they are quite, I should imagine, with it being dry as well, they'll have well rooted down. So, try and, yep, they've well rooted down, alright. Let's get this centre pole out of my way. Let's try and get that there, better. Let's see what we've got. Oh, a good sized bulb. Try to keep as much of the soil as I can from down beneath down there, otherwise it'll be full of weed seeds and it'll bring up to the top, and when it rains they'll germinate. So that's one of them. So I'll bring it a bit closer so you can have a look. So it's a nice size bulb, that. I'm quite happy with that. So if they're all like that, I'll be really chuffed. I'll crack on with the rest of these, I think. Because there's plenty to go at. Yeah, that's another good one. So I'm going to clean them all off tomorrow and put them on the drying rack. And I think if we have another hot spell, they should be dried out in no time. A little bit of a smaller one here. Nevertheless, still a very, very usable size bulb. I need to get on YouTube and reply to a load of comments. I'm so sorry I've not replied to any. I've read every single one. It's just I've been so busy this last, well, for a while now really, because things with the band, we're starting to, the band I'm in, we're starting to do gigs now, so there's lots of rehearsals and work and everything, so it's actually been quite tricky to find the time, even though the weather has been nice. A bit too hot in the day, to be honest, to be messing about in the garden or the allotment, so I've kind of shied away from spending as much time out in the heat of the day. But all in all this year, not been too bad. My potatoes are looking a bit, but I don't think it's blight. Blight will come any time now with this rain. Now it's picking up anyway. So I need to get his tops cut off these. Right, so I'm going to put my camera away with my phone, because it's really starting to chuck it down now, and I'll put it back on when I'm harvesting my onions. That's all the garlic up. Overall, I'm pretty chuffed. It's probably one of the best hauls of garlic I've ever had, to be honest. There are the odd small one, that's kind of golf ball size, but the majority of them are sort of satsuma or clementine sort of size. So they're a good size. It's probably 2.5 inches, probably about 2.5 more like that. But There's a couple of right clonkers which I will save my seed for next year. So I'll get on with my onions now. Hopefully they're okay. I said I've had a lot of problem with mildew. I've taken the store on, I think they were. I've already taken them there at home on the rack drying out. Shallots don't look great, but you'll see that in a minute. But the Santero, they've held against the mildew to a degree, a lot better than the other ones have. So I'm going to pull them up now and see how they are. Right, I don't know how well the angle is, plus the light's starting to go a little bit. So this is where my store on were. These are Santero. I don't know if they're in shot, but my shallots are just a little bit down there. The tops are really rotted off on them, you know. They're but I'll use them anyway. You know, it's still an onion of sorts in a way. A few weeds. Levels in these beds, as you know, they have dropped down, so I could probably do topping up this year, depending on what I'm doing yet. But it's moist down below still. We've got a bit of rain. The good thing about this dry season we've had is weeds haven't been too bad, to be honest, yet. So I'm hoping I don't have to fork these out. I can just put my fingers underneath. I mean, I've got a bit of fungus growing here, which I don't mind at all. I'm hoping I can just get my fingers underneath it and pull them out. The good thing about being fairly dry this year is things have been really clean. But I've harvested some potatoes. I've had rodents, and amongst them, rats or whatever they are that's been in, they've been chewing some, so you can't win them all. But nevertheless, it's still a bit of a pain when you've waited this long. You think, oh, I've escaped the blight for a bit longer than the normal, and something else goes and gets them. I mean, overall, I don't know where you can see. I'll try and get it closer. You know, it's these are the Santero F1. They're supposed to be mildew resistant. They have got a little bit, but they've, you know, they have held it back a lot longer than everything else. I mean, you know, I pull one of my shallots. That's the state of one of my shallots. So they are resistant. Really, really resistant. So I'll get the rest of these up. My vanils stink on the way home because I've God knows how many garlic bulbs, can't remember how many they are. How many I did? 60, around that, something like that. And then a load of onions as well. So I can just pop these in the back garden and sort them out tomorrow. I'm hoping to come back up here tomorrow, weather permitting, and carry on with a bit more filming work, a bit of clearing. I've got that rest of the broccoli needs to come out. I've got some brassica seedlings at home. I haven't got any room for them at home, so they're going to have to come up here. So I'll put them in. Whether they come to anything, I don't know, but it's just something that's up here while I'm doing a bit of prep work. You know, depending on what's happening for next season, I need to think about what I'm growing. You know, in case I'm going to move things around a little bit. It's all. It just depends on time. Again, I don't want to be up here if it's a really wet winter. So, that bed's going to probably get some stuff in the brassica bed, and then the rest will get topped up with something or covered up until I've got some stuff to fill them up with. It's pointless leaving them bare like this for weeks on end because they're just going to get weed seeds all over them. So I'd rather keep them covered up. They won't dry out as much, and the worms can come up and eat through any leftover bits that die off. Like a lot of my potato tops, I'll probably just cut off the tops, making sure I don't get any sort of little mini tubers on them, and lay them on these beds, just cover them up, let them rot into the bed, because I'm not bothered about using blighted tops at all, because last year I grew potatoes in compost made it from blighted potato plants. I actually used potatoes from a blighted plant for seed potatoes, so they were the ultimate thing to get blight. Results not much different than the ones that were growing normal, to be honest. You know, they got blight in the end, but no earlier than the other ones. So, like I say, I don't think blight spores live so long on soil. They need like a foliage of a host plant, so to speak, and So I don't see the point in throwing it all away, because it's one thing, you get a lot of foliage and it's quite fibrous as well, you know, all the haulms and that. So lay them on the beds. We've got all the winter, all the rain, frosts and all that lot, you know, and there'll be a lot of activity just under the surface where the bugs will break it down and the worms will come up, give them something to eat in the winter months and they'll take it down. And of course these fellas, there's always a slug that appears. The only thing with it shrinking back the beds, there's a big gap around the edge here. It's a good place for slugs to hide. But I'm assuming they've had it tough this year because it being so dry. Also I've got one here that's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit knackered, that one. It's like split and rotted a bit. These were grown from seed, not set, these Santero. And these ones that have been laying in amongst the shallots, the zabroon, they're a little bit worse to wear. But I don't think these will take much drying, to be honest. So that's the onions. God knows how many there are. Yeah, onion, Santero F1. I do recommend them. They do store really long, a really, really long time, well into March, April the next year. You know, so perfectly fine. Nearly on the edge of my bed, I'm breaking it. More repairs. Here it is, nettle. Don't want them taking over my bed. So shallots, hopefully the same. What these will come to, I don't know. But I did do them last year. You know, they were all right. But they're a bit trying to get them to grow nice and straight. I think it's because these raised beds, the soil's quite loose when they go in, so they topple about a bit. So I might try and bury them a little bit deeper next year. And hopefully, either that or I might try and do most of my alliums at home. Try and rest them off the plot. All I'm worried about is I'm going to take these home, put them in the drying rack, and right by my drying rack I've got my leeks, so I've got to watch it with like rust spores. If I get them, it's my own fault, but I've nowhere else I can dry them really. It's just my shelf I use out the polytunnel. I put some legs on it and a little cover over the top, and that's what I use for drying. The mammoth onions, they can come up, the tops have toppled over on them. Some are okay, but I don't know whether I'll do any big onions next year. You know, because it's a bit of messing when I can be getting on with other things through the winter months. You know, because I usually sell them in November. I mean, they're not that much hard work, it's just disappointing when they don't turn out right and you've been doing them for ages. I've got a visitor here, a young bull. So that's shallots, not brilliant, but still free food at the end of the day. I'll get cleared up and then I shall get off home, I think, and then we shall resume video when I start cleaning all this lot up. Right, it's actually the 7th of August now. Like a bit of an idiot, I left it's my spare phone I use as a camera. It's my old phone, so it's sort of like redundant to being a camera now. So I left it at the allotment anyway. So I went back to the plot last night to just do a bit of clearing up and a bit more harvesting of some, you know, bits of blueberries and stuff. So anyway, I came back with my onions and cleaned them up. My garlic's down there. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's just basically I peeled them all back to a single skin. These ones here never got peeled back to a single skin. These are the stir on. These are the sets. These are the Santero. My shallots are down there. So just try and come close to the camera. Just basically get your onion, and I'll just take it back to like one solid skin, like so, and throw them in the compost bin. So it basically looks like that. That's all I do. And then obviously as it dries, this will go really thin. So I'm not too bothered about cleaning these storing up, because these are the ones that don't store as long as the other ones, so these will get used first. I've pulled my big onions as well. Biggest one is this one, which is £3 9oz, so it's nowhere near my biggest, but it's the biggest for this year. So it's still a fair size, you know, from my own seed as well. So it's alright, it's still an onion at the end of the day, still get used. These won't store that long. I've got a few that have got cleaned off. I mean, it's got like a discoloration to it here. This is like a bit of a creamy colour, so I know it's quite soft, so it's quite wet under there, so I know that won't last very long. That this small one is probably about £1.50. That. But you know, sort of average kind of size. You know, they're all Kelsey onions. You know, they're all right. So I'll get the camera and we'll go down and have a look at the garlic. Right, the lighting's not so good down here because the sun's gone down. So this is just shaded by me brick shed. So I just basically peeled the tops back to a single skin, and I've just shoved them on my bench. Put a piece of perspex over because it was raining for a couple of days after when I got these. So these are all the Solent White, all cleaned up. So I don't know how well you can see, but you know, there's a few smaller ones as well. I'll just bring some over to the camera so you can see. Like I said, they've just been cleaned up to a single skin. You know, and there's some, you know, it's a good size, so I'm happy with them. You know, they're drying out slowly. It's you know, they're starting to get crispy. Mate, we've had a couple of days sunshine as well. So I can't remember what day it was, I harvest. I think it was the first or something like that. I think I went down. So yeah, I'm happy with this year's garlic. I've still got a few left from last year, which starting to go on the soft side now, but not be long and these will be dry. I can start using these now, like, but unfortunately I've got to save my best ones, so I've got to go through my better ones I'll save for next year's seed. That's pretty much all the allium side of things harvested. So we'll have a look around the rest of the garden while we're back here. So just go down the bottom end, start down there. I've been out, I've had a day off work today, so I've been tidying up in the garden, mowing the grass and side canes out again. Enjoying the sunshine. He's been out most of the day. I can't treat this grass. I've got a lot of clover and stuff on that side, so I've got some special weed killer to kill any broadleaf stuff. So I'll give it a mow and I'll give it about 5 days, and then I'm going to treat that section. But can't treat canes until, you know, the winter months. So well, these are the shallots anyway, which I'll just get out of the light. Not brilliant, but they'll get used up as well. Right, so got up here some spring onions. I've shoved them in because the mazure shot to seed and all sorts. Got a few little lettuce down there I've put in. Looks like the cats have scrapped one out. I don't tend to do much hoeing in the back garden because it fluffs the soil up and the cats come and dump in it, so try and avoid it if I can. Carrots, you know, they're probably rife with root fly, to be honest, but I mean, no, there's no root fly in that one, so I'll shove that back in. But there's all sorts of weird shapes in them. We'll start off with cucumbers. Give these a walk before because the leaves were just hanging down. But still rife with them. Just had loads of cucumbers this year. It's absolutely been ridiculous. I mean, I've not been able to keep up with them. They've been going off faster than I can eat them and give them away. But these are the Fem Spot. Same as I do every year. It's just like 8-inch deep by about 10 inches wide, lined with a bit of tarpaulin. Some stone in there at the bottom. It's just like pretty much a couple of grow bags dumped in it, really. I usually just try and change about 1/3 of the compost each year. 4 plants in there. I used to do 5, but four's too much, to be honest. I used to put tomatoes and peppers and all sorts in here, this little greenhouse. I mean, it's just built out of old scraps of wood. But it's held up for probably must be getting 10 years now. And this corner of whatever got shoved in here, it was just a gap. That just a couple of courgettes, and obviously courgettes are appearing. Sunflower, that one up there, it's probably 8-9 foot high. Sunflower head there, it's a bit smaller, and an even shorter one here. I don't know what the varieties are. I think they're American Giant then, and don't know what they are. Last of Kane's greens in there. I've just put some compost on the top of this morning because it was empty. Because I had some seedlings under the net there which are now planted at the allotment, some brassicas and that, so next time I go down I'll give you a look around there. Brussels sprouts, I need to take this net off and get rid of some of the yellow leaves at the bottom because I've not had that net off for months. This lettuce here is bolting, but it's still okay for Kane till these ones get ready. And I've sown some direct at the allotment as well. Leeks, they're doing just fine. Parsnips, they're growing. King Eddies are collapsing, so God knows what's going on in them tubs. It's been a struggle keeping up with watering, to be honest. I gave them a bit of a water earlier on, but it's just like flying through the compost, so I'm just going to leave them now because they're probably going to be ready in about 3 or 4 weeks. So that's down this end of the garden. Sweet candle in the box, they're sort of doing okay. Them carrots, God knows what they're going to be like. Oh, looking polytunnel. Gone a bit crazy in here. So I mean, it's actually got joined up at the top now. Keep knocking my head on these here, so it's absolutely rife. Where's the tomatoes in here? No, plenty of ripe ones at the bottom. I've been harvesting as well, so there's plenty to go at all the way back down there. So let's say come back, it's like a jungle to get through the door now. These are the sun golds, these. Gardener's Delight. There's this ridiculous sized truss of tomatoes, just a mass of tomatoes everywhere. All doing okay. See where I keep knocking them off, there's bits hanging around there. Got ants underneath there again, so I'll leave them to it. They don't seem to be causing any problem. But all in all, yeah, there's sun golds. Nice little, really sweet cherries. Definitely Gardeners Delight sun golds are my favourite now. Definitely. Some basil. It looks like it's getting enjoyed by something else, and I'm kind of needing that for when I do my sauces. So we'll have a look what else we've got down here. Oh, another potato plant there. Don't know what the variety is. It's just some that the last lot we got from a shop, little baby spuds. So I put a few in there, and yeah, they've sprouted. Don't like the look of that. To watch that. So, because my potatoes at the allotment, I'm going to dig them up soon. All the tops are chopped off. Yeah, they're badly blighted. Right, what have we got in here? I've sowed these today. Got some more Bolt Hardy beetroot and some of the Durham Early, which is some more greens for Kane. I've sown some, it's called Romanesca, but it's actually like an endive lettuce. So therefore they'll either go in the polytunnel, for overwintering, or I'll sow some later for that, and they'll just be gap fillers really. Some more peas. I'll try a variety called Eddie. It's supposed to be out of sown as late as the first week of August. Well, it's the end of the first week of August, so it should still be alright. Put them under a fleece mainly because most of the daytime the sun gets on them, so it's just to give them a bit of shade so they don't actually cook. Can't see a problem with summertime is when you start sowing things, they dry out very quickly. Hence why I've, things come down here. 'Cause it's got a bit of shade from clematis there, and I've also got like a bit of caging stuff for some net over, just to give a bit of shade in there, even though stuff still gets cooked in there. Also, I planted some of my old potatoes, which were the Swift, my first hairs that I harvested. So they started to sprout, some of them. So just reused the compost that they originally grew in, and I've not actually put any feed in it, to be honest. I've just topped it up with a bit of one of these grow bags. So I thought leave them to it for some Christmassy ones, even though they'll be ready by probably October, but they can stay in the pots. That's if they miss any late blight. So I think that's about everything in the garden. We shall get caught up soon, because I've actually got a couple of weeks off work coming up soon. So I need to get caught up, because I need to get on YouTube. I've got a load of comments to reply to, so again, I'm sorry I've not replied. It's just been absolutely hectic, work-wise and everything else that's going on. It's just been so busy. So that's it for this video. So take care, and I'll see you next one. Bye.